All right, Karen, do you have a question for us? So Karen, introduce yourself. Tell everybody who you are, where you're from.
Okay, my name is Karen Esposito, and I am with Pink Zebra. I've been with them for going on 7 years now, so since they started. And I do have a question. This month, our team, we're focusing on recruiting and an opportunity event, which was something that we picked up from a training of yours. And I've been researching different ideas. I'm getting all my materials together. I've not done this yet, although in my past life, because I was in direct sales previously, back in the day, we would have a teleconference, so you'd get on the old-fashioned phone and people would call in. But now, hey, Jane, I see Jane is on here. She just said, hey. I didn't know how to respond to her before I had seen her comment. But anyway, so nowadays we're, no longer on the telephone, right? So we want to capitalize on being on Facebook. And I had initially envisioned just going, live and maybe having some testimonials of other consultants, come on. But then I got an idea from someone else from another company, and she does it similar to a Facebook event or like a host, like a Facebook party. So, but it's over the course of, say, a week. What do you recommend for a format to do a call or a opportunity event?
Yeah, so I have done opportunity events in the field. For those of you that are new to the show, I was a top leader and income earner with $1 million downline for 27 years, just retired last year. So I was just doing parties and opportunity events like last spring. So,
okay.
And a lot has changed, as we all know, on Facebook, right? And the biggest struggle I'm hearing is notifications. That there's a default now on notifications that is highlights. So even if people join an event, even in a group, doesn't mean they're getting all the notifications. And so as a result, I switched over to both on parties and on opportunity events to a shorter event where the whole thing was live. And so it's literally come to this event, this date, this time. And I did a live, Facebook Live opportunity event. And now you can actually, if you're on your phone, you can invite a new consultant to join you live, which is what I would do, have them do a testimonial.
Right.
I would have 3 people. I would have yourself, a new consultant, and then a leader. Give them all the different sides of the coin and then open it up for Q&A.
Right.
So short and sweet.
Because I was thinking about doing a Be Live, and I've got like some slides to go over, like the comp plan and the basic stuff that people have questions on. So, so my initial thought, you're reinforcing that, was just to do a one-time kind of live thing and not do it as a Facebook party format, which would go out for the course of the week. And I don't think that would be as good as what you had suggested. So, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, because odds are by the time they got to that point, they probably hopefully have experienced the product. Maybe they've been to an in-home party, a Facebook party. It's like, why waste people's time? Get to the meat of why they're there. And, you could test both. It couldn't hurt to do that to see.
Well,
which
your recommendation is easier.
I'm always thinking like the customer, like what's going to be, if I was a customer and somebody invited me to learn more about the company, I don't know if I'd hang in there for like 5 or 6 days a post. Like, just give it to me,
Okay, perfect.
When it comes to that, once somebody says yes, they're going, you've got to strike while the iron's hot. Because what happens? Then they start talking to people and telling people, I'm thinking about Pink Zebra, I'm thinking about Usborne Books and More. And then they start getting negative feedback. And so by the 5th day,
I hear you. I thought of that.
Yeah, you've got to strike while the iron's hot. All right, so Brianna and Karen, I'm going to pop you out and bring in 2 more guests.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So we have Tiamo is waiting in the green room. We're going to bring her in. And we will bring Dee Dee in. All right, Tiama, what's your sponsoring question?
I was curious on, so just like Viv was saying, you get the person who's interested and they're curious, and you go through the whole, get their questions answered, you share a little bit, and then it's like crickets. Like, how do you go from that to, okay, so are you going to join? Like, without saying it that way, of course.
Yes. And so that's why you really need to have a call to action to get that yes, or, maybe it's a no, but either way you want to know. That's also why it's really important to be consistent with the number of people that you're working with so that you always have a list. And my rule of thumb was to always have a list of 10 people that I was working with to sponsor. And from those 10 people, I would typically sponsor 2. And so that way you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. Because the biggest mistake a lot of people make is it's like, oh yeah, I'm working with Tiamo. I've got 2 people. Well, then those 2 people don't join and then you have nobody. So the more consistent you are with knowing your numbers, then the more results you're going to get. It's no different than booking parties. So, ask closing questions. So once you share the information, have your go-to closing question or call to action to find out how serious people are. And a really simple closing question could be, how soon did you want to start? Fill in the blank.
That is really simple.
Yeah. So you're always going to go back to what they were interested in. So let's say they are doing this because they're son is starting school and they need that extra money to pay for school. So make it about them. So I would say, so Tiamo, how soon do you need to get started to get that money that you need to pay for your son's school?
Gotcha.
Right? Or they need to buy a new refrigerator or pay for a trip to Disney. Did you want to go to Disney this year?
Yeah, so it creates that, it puts it in their mind, like, oh, now I can see what it'll do for me.
Yeah, you're focusing.
And then you obviously, go ahead, I'm sorry.
You're focusing back on their why.
Okay. And then you obviously get your list of 10 by using your CALI acronym.
Yes, compliment, ask, listen, invite, rinse and repeat. And the more people that you do that with, the more numbers that you'll have so that you can take that. That's your sponsoring funnel. We talk about lead funnels a lot. And if you don't know what that is, it literally is just, picture a funnel like in your kitchen. It's like you have to put a lot in to get a little bit out, but you need to have a process to get people in it, right, and through it so that you know who is interested. Hey, Priscilla. So yeah, it's that simple. Focus back on the why. Remember, the why is not always going to be money. So for some, it's going to be the sense of community. That's a big reason women start direct selling. And so, talk about that. Or maybe it's your company mission or a cause. A lot of direct sales companies are tied to women's empowerment and bigger causes way beyond what the product is about. And so that gives you that bigger sense of mission, which is more of a reason to become a part of that. Okay. Those are the things you want to be talking about. Danielle, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So you had a training tonight, so thanks for coming on.
Kind of an odd question. We obviously get this a lot because our company is still so small. And we have certain things that we say, but I'm curious as to what you would say. We've obviously been around for a while, and that's always the question that we get is, which I'm sure would relate to newer companies as well. Why haven't I heard of you? And basically what they're saying obviously is, what can you offer me? Because if I haven't heard of you, how am I going to make any money, right? At least that's what I'm hearing. What?
That's so negative.
Right? But
Like, people
I
think
feel like that's what they're saying. I feel like that's what they're saying. Like, why haven't I heard of you? I'm trying, you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out what the objection is so that I can come back to it,
yeah,
if that makes sense.
and you know what's so ironic about that is everybody's looking for the new ground floor thing that they can be the early trailblazer on, but now they want to know why they haven't heard of you.
Yes.
You can't have it both ways.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like I've said that like 20 times in the past couple months.
Yeah.
Oh, now I just remembered my question. But anyway, go ahead.
Now I would probably say so. And again, like I like to like kind of be a disruptor. People are waiting for a pitch. They're waiting for you to convince them and sell them. And you want to do the opposite. You want to draw people in and attract people to you, right? You're not desperate. You don't want to just like sign up everybody and convince them. Right. When you are talking more than the person that's interested, that's the red flag.
Yep.
It shouldn't be that hard. So maybe it's not for them. And honestly, I have said that to people. I've said, you know what? Maybe it's not for you because we are actually looking for people that are really want to blaze a new trail and want to be one of the first to be the founding fathers or the founding mamas that are going to be the top leaders in our organization. Right. Boom. That's what I would say.
No, that's good because we kind of have something like that. It's very similar to that. So good. I'm glad that that's what you said then.
Yes. Turn it around.
Good.
So they're like, oh, well, wait, no, I didn't say it wasn't for me.
Right. Okay, good. Then we're kind of on the right track then. So that's good. Can I give you another quick one?
Yes. And then we'll wrap it up.
So I obviously see a lot of girls in other companies. I obviously have a lot of friends in sales. And there's a few that I've known for years that I know are struggling. Is it really off to be like, hey, do you want to have a cup of coffee and maybe discuss something new? Like, is that bad? Like, is that bad to want to do that? Because I know that like we can grow together, or should I just leave them alone?
I would do my little Kelly. I would do the compliment and say, and be authentic and say, I've been admiring you from afar and you are an amazing boss lady, whatever comes out of your mouth authentically. And I don't know if you've ever thought about another option, but if you are, I would love to meet for coffee.
Okay, good.
Just be honest.
Yeah. That's literally what was in my head was just, but I just don't like, you know what I mean? Like I'm still learning the rules as to what's okay to do and what's not okay to do. And I don't want to break the rules. I want to, this, I want to be very, what's the word?
Transparent.
Yes. This is very important to me, to do this right. So.
Yes. Well, that's
okay. Good.
And that's why you're going to be successful because you have integrity and you're not just, out there saying that to every single person you meet. This is something that you really do feel in your heart. And that's why it comes off and it will come off that way. So many times we think things and never tell the people. And so, right? Like I would do coaching with my direct sales team. And they'd say, I just had this amazing hostess, and oh my gosh, she would be so good at this. And she did the party better than I did. And I'd say, did you tell her that? Well, no. I'm like, why are you telling me? Tell her.
She needs to know.
She needs to know. That's the compliment. Right. It's authentic. It's real. It's in the moment. It's what you truly believe. And then, again, that's just the icebreaker to start the conversation. So.
Okay, good.
Good question.
All right.
Thank you. All right. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate you guys tuning in.